This is Conscious Living Newsletter. Finding your home base. When I was little, we moved off the farm and we moved to a neighborhood where there were lots of children, lots of boys, to be specific. And on summer nights, we would all get together in the neighbor's yard and play Moonlight Starlight, hope to see the ghosts tonight. It's basically tag in the dark. So we're running around in the dark, and my neighbor's slab of cement at the bottom of their porch was home base. You know, if you've ever played tag, you can go to home, and they can't get you there. Now, recently, in the last 10 years, I was thinking about this. And I was thinking how this is a metaphor for the way life is as adults. Of course, we all know that play is the practice of life for humans. So, I began to think about how tag is like the world. If there's a problem or a boss or a job or something that's eating at you and trying to get you, or it could be even in your own mind, the way you think about the world, chasing you, and you keep running around and going faster and then hiding behind a tree, and then it comes and you got to run again. And you never go home for some reason. Well, that's the problem. We have to go home all the time. I got pretty skilled at playing Moonlight Starlight. It's just about that. You run around, you laugh, you giggle, you have it coming for you, and you go and plop on home base. And then when you see it turning its back, you get back out there and you run around again and you do things and you play with your friends while it is trying to get you, and you run back on home base again. Now, for the people playing it sure isn't fun. But here's the point. For us out in the world, running, at some point we have to stop. So I created this exercise for my clients. If you feel like you are running in the world, stop and contemplate. Seriously, sit down and draw a square. With a square, there are, of course, 4 corners. This is your foundation. This is your home. Now, the 4 corners are what? The 4 corners are 4 qualities, higher concepts, or virtues that you yourself cannot live without. What makes you you in principle, not in personality, but we're talking about principle. This cannot be people. It cannot be your pastor, for example. This has to be higher qualities, higher virtues that you sincerely believe in. Some of them is honesty. Another one would be freedom. One of mine is hope. So, what is it that you cannot live without? And what 4 qualities makes you stand? Because you're going to stand in the middle of this foundation, supported by these qualities. I recently looked up in my journal when I began to do this, and I didn't remember that this is a symbol that is a sacred symbol. It's a square with a dot in the middle. Now, the dot is you in my exercise. But in the sacred symbol, it is the fire of spirit. And I think that's perfect, because when we stand up with these qualities, that we say this is what is us and what we represent, we stand tall and we're lined with the divine, and the divine can light us on fire. It can be the pillar of fire that people see and gravitate towards. If you are on fire, people will come to you. People will lean on you. People will want to know what you know. And we tend to get taken off of our home base. Things like a divorce, the loss of a loved one to death, the loss of money, the loss of power that we once had. As we get older, we have less power and the young ones come in. These are all things that we need to go back home to home base and remember who we are. It's never too late. You're never too young and you're never too old to do this exercise. So I want you to sit down and find your foundation.